Scrappy peeps, welcome to my channel. These are some leaves that I showed you how to make yesterday on my mixed media technique collaboration with Christine, and this is the layout that I created using those leaves. I used this file, actually there's two different files there. One is from Paige Evans and I can't remember who the other one is from, and I colored them in Design Studio in order to see how they looked and then cut them out to hopefully play with some placement before getting them on the page and sizing the elements that I wanted. And actually I I try and use it as a design tech tool that helps me pre-plan some of my pages, but you will see from the shuffling of those light and airy sort of leafy things that it didn't quite work. The whole plan was to incorporate these leaves from the technique that I did yesterday using distress inks and a stencil onto this page about fall cleanup. So the leaves I had done on watercolor paper, and I just fussy cut them out. So I will link you right here to, if you click on the right hand side, to that video, the process video showing you how I created those. It's actually a technique video. So those were created yesterday, and today I am trying to incorporate them into a fall cleanup layout. So the picture is of my husband with the leaf blower blowing up the leaves, and my shadow with the rake, because we were working together before he actually went out of town for, I think it was a month. So I have that paper clip, the acorn from Doodlebug, and I had wanted to use the paper clip. The leaves needed something to sort of tie them together. Because I wasn't able to stamp the end of the leaf with the stencil, it was what I was holding on to, there's a lot of white space there, and I wanted something to fill that up. So you'll see me mess around with different things. I have this paper pad here from Pebbles, and I wanted to back some of the pictures to just soften the contrast between the white borders that I really like on my photos and that variegated background. That variegated background is from Cocoa Daisy. It's one of the exclusive papers from last fall. Fortunately, because I am a hoarder, I have another piece of that and thought it was a perfect background. It reminds me of a piece of candy corn. I absolutely love it. So I used that 6x6 paper pad to back the picture of my husband, and now I have this piece of paper which I believe is from Echo Park from this month's kit. I can't swear by that looking at it now, but it is from this month's Cocoa Daisy kit that I used to back the picture of myself. I got a glassine bag. Again, you could see I pulled off the washi tape. My tripod that I use to hold my iPhone that I'm filming with is full of goodies from various bits of washi tape that I've pulled off of glassine bags used for packaging to extra foam adhesive. It's an interesting mix of stuff up there. Anyway, so I'm going to use that glassine bag to back the pictures with, again, for another layer there. I decided that I didn't need all of these leafy things, and that I just wanted a few shorter bits. So I trimmed those down, and I can use those little bits for something else later. So I forget about the glassine bag and adhere the pictures down, and then realize, oops, and so I pull those off. Fortunately, they were not too firmly stuck on there, and adhere them over the glassine bag. And then we're going to stick that down and build the embellishment clusters around that basic foundation that I've created there. So I wasn't sure whether I wanted 2 or 3 leaves here. I had originally started with 2, but it needed 3 for some balance. So you'll see me try and fit those little shorter bits in my picture that I showed you earlier of the screenshot of my laptop. I actually had some of those fun leaves going up the side, but it created this heavy weight at the bottom of the layout, and I needed something up the top to balance that out. So because I have this heavy watercolor paper, I wanted to give some dimension to these leaves. So I just I didn't crease them, but I sort of manipulated them in such a way that it accentuated the vein down the middle of the leaves. And just used some adhesive from my ATG gun to stick those down. And you can see I add a third leaf for a better effect. I just want to say a fuller effect is what I was going for there, but I couldn't quite figure out the placement of where that third leaf was going to go. So there are two different types of leaves, and again, I referenced you earlier to the technique video that I shared with you yesterday as to how to create those, and I wanted to show you how you can incorporate some of these mixed media techniques onto your pages. They're great for backgrounds, but they're also good for embellishments like I did here. I could see doing flowers as something similar, or snowflakes. I'm looking forward to trying snowflakes. I actually have another idea for a Paige Evans digital cut file that's stars, and trying to use the mixed media for a galaxy background. I woke up at 3 in the morning thinking of that 2 mornings ago. So I'm still playing with this leaf cluster because it's tripped me up a little bit. I had this original plan, as I referred to earlier, but it didn't quite manifest that way. So now I have these epoxy stickers from Echo Park, and I thought that I might put some of those on, but I decided I needed to finish my title before I could really do much more embellishing so that I could create an equal balance around the page. So I have these letters from October afternoon, and as I started to lay these, I didn't like them on the same plane as the hello, but I thought I need to finish it and see if maybe I can make it work. Originally, Hello Fall was just going to be the title. I wanted to do Hello Fall Cleanup, but I didn't think that those orange letters were going to work. So I tried these. The problem with these letters from We Are Memory Keepers is that they're white on that really soft tan color, and it's hard to read them. So I found these yellow letters from Authentique, and they were perfect complement to the fall color theme that I was going with here, and they matched those little yellow leaves. But you can see that same plane just didn't work. So I used my tweezers to pick them up off the paper, which you have to do carefully with these exclusive papers because the ink comes up with them sometimes, and rearranged the letters so that Fall and Cleanup were more on a horizontal line, complementing the pictures and restoring some balance to the layout. I have this leaf from the thickers that I wanted to incorporate. The golden light around fall is just absolutely stunning, and I wanted that gold, touch of gold, to just reflect that. So you can see where I put that doodlebug acorn clip in the center of the flowers, just for a little bit of that weight that I was looking for to sort of tie everything together. And then I want something at the top of those pictures. I like not everything being at right angles, so I like to often skew my pictures a little bit, but I feel like I always need something up at the top to sort of tie them together for some unity. So I have that piece of pattern paper from the 6x6 pad. I believe that's what that is, and I just use that up there to sort of create a shelf to tie the pictures together. So then I want to create this top cluster as well, and so I've got the leaves there for balance, but again, the two leaves by themselves are bothering me, and I need to do something about that. But I've been distracted by these gold word phrases, that say bye-bye, and I knew I had leaves in those epoxies, and I thought that bye-bye leaves would be a perfect sort of subtitle to my Hello Fall cleanup. And just put that directly on the between the two pictures to sort of again bring them together. I have this jute from May Arts from way back when I designed for coordinations, and they come in these great fall colors. There's lots of other colors actually. I just happen to have some great fall colors, and I thought they would be a great organic way of creating some texture to the layout in addition to the crumpling of the leaves that I've done. And I liked them up top there and knew that I could sort of tease them apart once I put a sticker over them to kind of help hold the origin. So this is a exclusive sticker sheet from Cocoa Daisy from this September's kit, but I didn't need any more words on the layout. So I'm using these epoxy circles from the same Echo Park collection that I pulled the leaves from, the word leaves, and I want to put them down and create a trio of embellishments. I am a stickler for needing groupings of 3. They don't always have to be groupings of 3, but I like the symmetry and that visual triangle that the groupings of 3 create on the layout. So I'm sticking down, see how I'm just kind of softening the paper by wiggling it back and forth and then creating that crease down the middle. So you can see where I've got that sort of tied bundle of jute that I will distress out a little bit, and there is that perfect third element, that leaf. And it will hold down the jute, which in a minute you'll see me kind of tease apart so that it is a little more whimsical and less structured. Then for some symmetry, I use the asterisks from that collection and a little gold heart to add to the trio of trios. And then I just finished building that top cluster there with some puffy stickers. So this is how I incorporated yesterday's hearts into a layout. Thank you for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed the mixed media series that Christine and I have put on. We are going to continue one more week of it. I will be up Monday, Wednesday, Friday with some techniques, and Christine will be up on Tuesday, Thursday. So be sure to come back and join us. If there's anything in particular you'd like to see, please do leave it down in the comments below. Thanks for joining me today. Take care.